Hi everyone, this is Dan in First Year Experience. After you have watched the video tutorial for faculty on how to utilize the outreach log, I want to teach you as team leads how to create copies for your faculty in a way that won't violate FERPA regulations and will give them access to the proper forms, as well as give you, myself, and Assistant Dean Turgeman that access. So, it's pretty straightforward, it's very easy. Let's say, for example, you are here with this master copy, and I'm going to give each of you access to this after we make this video, and you've had a chance to look at it and ask some questions, where you will be able to make individual copies for each of your instructors. Right here it says master, but you'll see that you would want to, every time you make a copy, update the section number for the instructor and that last name, so that way you can quickly identify which log you're looking at. Same thing goes for the actual title of the survey, so you just update that in both places here. And then I will have already made you, myself, Tally, and Matt all collaborators, but if you ever wanted to add another collaborator, say that you had some questions since Jamie has worked on this before, you could also add her as a collaborator here, or you could email any of us and we'd be able to help you. Now, if you wanted to make a copy, it's also straightforward. You click right in File, then you click Make a Copy, and you're going to see that it says Copy of SNHU-107 Outreach Log, Section Number, Last Name, Master. Now, this is where I would delete where it says copy of, and then I would enter in the section number that I was trying to update. So I'll do Q1234 as an example, and I will use my own last name here, but you would enter in the name and section of the instructor you were making a copy for. You'd share it with the same people because you've already had those base collaborators in there. You'd click OK. And now you're going to see that you have a brand new copy that is unique from the master. All you need to do is simply update the section number and last name on the title of the survey. So you would just change the section number from section number to Q1234, underscore, and the instructor's last name. Typo there. And once you do that, you're going to see that you can click View Responses. And this is now going to be unique to me. It's no longer going to be associated with the master. And you're also going to click View Live Form. And if you look at the URL here, so this code is entirely unique from the master copy, as is the URL here for the response sheet. And now, since you know that this feedback is going to be individual, just make sure you only share the links to these forms with the instructor that you want to have access to it. Because if you were to share this, let's say in a chart, and give everybody access to those links, then any instructor could use any form to enter their feedback and review the feedback that other instructors were logging, and we don't want that. It would be a violation of FERPA. So be careful of that. Make sure that you pass these out individually, let's say via an email or in a unique place like the Grade Center in Blackboard, similar to what many of you did this term, where you asked instructors to submit their assignments for the outreach log. Since these are all unique, you can go back to the master copy, and all you'd want to do again is click File, Make a Copy, and now again you kind of go through the exact same process. You would delete this, you'd share it with the same people, and then you would change the section number and the last name to the appropriate one. So for this one, we'll do Q1235 underscore Belanger. And again, a completely unique draft will appear where you can click View Responses and View Live Form. And you definitely want me, Tally, and Matt all to have access to this in case you experience any problems. But you're going to see, since you shared it with the same people, that all of the collaborators are still here. And since your instructor is able to view the link really easily, because you're going to just have to copy the URL to the response sheet and the URL to the live form. Oh, that was my mistake. I forgot to change that name. So that's something that you can always double check before you send this out to instructors. So Q1235 Matt_Belanger. And now if you view that live form, it's going to show up just the way you want it to. Sometimes it just takes a moment to refresh. And so these are all unique. Again, I can't repeat that enough. Make sure you share this individually and definitely ask if you have questions. I will be here all week long over the next few weeks making sure that this all gets sorted out. You do have to make a unique form for every single instructor that you are responsible for in your cohort. And then all you have to do is copy that response form URL and live form URL to that instructor, and they will have access to fill it out. And I already did create a tutorial for them on how to actually utilize it, update it, and edit it as they see necessary. If you have any questions, please ask. Again, I think you all have my email, but it's d.gannon, spelled Gannon, @snhu.edu, and Tally and I, as well as Matt, will be here if you need anything. All right, have a great day.